Right, good evening. There we go. I am now slightly more ready. Right. Is that working? Good, it is working. Marvellous. We have that there, controller there, and finally we have the actual game being loaded in one moment. Do. There it goes. That's right, it's now on the screen. Let's see what wonderful building we can get up to today. Just checking all the levels are fine. It appears that way. Well, that is picking up. I don't know. So it might be the fan of the computer again. It usually goes lower than that, but yeah. We shall have to wait and see. We are showing picture. That is excellent news indeed. So let's load up our little castle area, which I don't know how much redesigning of the castle I want to do. I might just leave it. Doggos! I might just leave it to the doggos. No, I might just leave it as simple. Do what I'm told in the places I'm told to do it. At which point I can then get back to my main island and start with tablet targets and fanciful building, which is kind of what I want. I don't recognise a song called "If I Never Knew You," but I'm assuming they're supposed to be singing "If I Never Knew You" to each other. If I never knew you, then I'd never be blue, 'cause life without you is like making a stew without potatoes. Yes, it was a desperate stretch to try and get a rhyme, but there you go. It's better than some of the alternatives. In fairness, I took the higher path that time and did not rhyme you with poo. So I think you can be quite pleased at that. I do like the polar bears, and there's Noah's Ark, and there's the wild fucking giant horsey thing. I still think it looks slightly derpy, because where it's supposed to be spike, the spike. I can't remember what bunting. I think it is, isn't it? It's called bunting. The bunting, I think, is supposed to be sort of like the reins, of course. But to me, I can't see anything other than that's its mouth. So with the giant eye and the sort of what looks essentially like a massive overbite, it looks so derpy, but immensely fun. Just derpy. Do. Oddly enough, that Christmas one, of course, is getting more and more appropriate, but still inappropriate. It's got about 5-6 days until it becomes slightly more appropriate, and a good sort of 10-15 before it becomes truly appropriate. Are we gonna find anything of any worth? I don't know. I'm not convinced, but we shall see. Open street shop, Subnautic Adventure. I'm assuming that's a sea salt ice cream. That's the old Lynx Village. Tell you what, we'll do the usual 5 count. The big boot we've seen. Desert we've seen. That one we've seen because I said about jail cell. Clever use of jail cell. That one, I feel like we have seen that one, because I feel like I was commenting on the lampposts. Not entirely sure how those lampposts are built. Anyway, let's have a bonus and a bonus and one more bonus. It's a sheepy summertime and the getting is easy. Hello, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Welcome to Dragon Quest Builders 2. I tell you what, we'll have a bonus for each hello you said. So there's bonus number 1, hello. There's bonus number 2, hello. There's bonus number 3, hello. Hey, we've never seen that one before. Peanut. He's sleeping upon a beautiful pumpkin that's grinning away, 'cause it enjoys seeing a dog upon its head. Alright, let's get back into the gameplay. Do. It's time to play at castles once again. I could do with getting actually on top of it, but there we go. I just want to gather the stone and then trash that bit. And then, ideally, pop that in there. Although, of course, it is interesting, because that is castle wall, and I think, yeah, I think that is supposed to be the way the castle wall is. It just doesn't always work out the way I would like the castle wall to work out, unfortunately. Anyway, you, stop moving and talk to me. Oh, God, I can't remember. It was just like...
Hello there, Veldin. It's me, Zara. I don't suppose you remember me, do you?
I do remember you. I think I've given you the correct voice, but to be honest, you were a bit of a background character that suddenly came out and went, hello, I'm a main character. And it took me by surprise, so...
I beg your pardon? You say you hardly know me? That I'm just another soldier who came running when you rang the bell? Yes, that's right. Oh, I'm so glad you remember me. Well then, allow me to ask you for a favour, one friend to another. First things first, it would be wonderful if you could equip our frontline fighters with weapons made from iron. If you haven't enough iron to spare, I'm sure you could scavenge some from the bits of broken armour scattered around the ruins. I'll point out the 3 people I think would benefit from better weapons. Just forge the swords from the finest iron and hand them over.
Okay, I will try and do that. Oh, I was going to say, you're just pointing out the people, not the statues, that's fine. What I want to do is collect all this coal, so that I can theoretically, although I've got, unless, is that steel? No, that is iron ingots. Iron, I've got iron ingots. Is that a stone sword? That's an iron broadsword. So I'm assuming, yeah, they just want iron broadswords. Unfortunately, we need, what's that, 6 more iron ingots? Which unfortunately means I need to do 2 more doses of iron ingot goodness. But what we'll do is we'll grab 1 sword for now and then go find an appropriate individual to hand this sword off to. Oh, they're all gathered. Oh, they're all gathered around the warden table. I suppose that makes a good sense. Hey, old man, would you like an iron sword? Yes, of course you would. I'll take your bronze sword, because you never know. I might have some kind of use for it. But, anyway. Well, as we're waiting for iron ingots, we might as well ask you, Mr. Chester Phoenix, how are your doings? And what are your doings? Goddamn shitty castle wall. Goddamn solid hammer that I hadn't intended to strike as often and as much as I did there. Well, now we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for all our iron ingots, because I fucked up. Trying to tidy up this goddamn wreck of a castle. I fucked it. It's fine, I suppose. Oh, I think he's part... I was going to say, why are you following me, you son of a bitch? But he is actually part of the party. Easiest way to deal with monsters is get them here. Bam. Oh, yeah. No, you've let the monsters in... God damn it. Are you absolute fucking morons? I'm assuming the answer to that question is yes. Yes, we are. We are all absolute morons. Luckily, there we go. Guys. Okay, we don't need that broken thing there. And no, we don't need that broken thing there either. And ideally, I'd like to change that sandy floor into some proper floor, but still. Can't think of any uses for bronze swords unless you're opening a museum. Well, if it's all you've got... Yeah. Currently watching Dad try to find anything interesting on TV. Well... I mean, arguably, at 9 o'clock is Taskmaster. So that's of interest. It's the finale this week. And then... but outside of that, I have no idea what would be on a Thursday. Once upon a time, I think there was something else on a Thursday that we were recording. Because it clashed. Although having said that, I think that might have been 10 o'clock for starters. And... oh, goddamn fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. Because there was a task about finding cities on a map. Oh, I see. So they're just playing GeoGuessr. If you enjoy a bit of GeoGuessing, You'll have to pop into Blue Bush on a Friday evening. You can invite your dad, I'm sure. But if you enjoy the task of finding maps on a... Well, finding cities on a map. Or finding cities on a map. If you do enjoy that, you know, that's basically GeoGuessr. I'm assuming you've probably heard of GeoGuessr. It's a fairly well-known thing. I don't think I necessarily need to explain it to you, but I can if need be. But as I say, I suspect it is simply a case of I don't need to, but nonetheless, if you did want to do that, it's available. You would have to wait until tomorrow night, which I suppose doesn't solve the immediate issue, but still. They're functional wooden. Now, see, I'm not convinced that's... In a historical sense, I don't think that's true. Because I think... I know I watch a blacksmith on... well, he's on YouTube and he's on TV sometimes. Alex Steele. Which I don't know whether that's truly his real name or whether it's sort of a kind of... Oh, fuck. Okay, I didn't know that they were coming, but... Well, I sort of knew they were coming. I didn't know they were going to get in here. But, oh, well, we'll try and lead them back to the spikes as best I can and get them spiked to death. Well, I think he did a bronze. I think he did a full sort of... I think it's... The Copis is Greek, so I think he did a full Copis. And he was genuinely quite surprised by how... Oh, Christ almighty, there's more monsters. Oh, you. No, not me. I want that sword, please. Wait, hang on. What sword have I got equipped? No, bollocks. Bollocky bollocks. With big bollocks next to the little bollocks. All of the bollocks. Because I know it's technically a softish material, so I don't think it necessarily lasts long, and I don't know how much of an edge it holds constantly, but strictly speaking... Unless you're referring to something like, I don't know, Minecraft or something. In reality, I get the impression bronze is a step up. But there you go. Your Terrants don't really care about Passmaster. I imagine they don't care about Taskmaster either, but there you go. I went full spoonerism. Ooh, full plate mail. We'll probably have to pick that up at some point. So I'm going to have to watch the finale on your own. Oh, that's a shame. Although I'm thankfully caught up. Really enjoyed the last couple of episodes, particularly for the finding the soldier task. That was a weird one. It's one of those tasks where I do wonder how I'd fare trying that because of the idea. And it was interesting. The first time I heard the description, I thought, could you not? You could just take the camera off and put it to the front, couldn't you? And it turned out the answer to that was no. Because, well, it's an interesting one. I feel like you could manipulate it into suggesting the answer was actually yes, you can. But also, they did kind of highlight in the instruction, you must not tamper with the helmet. Which was interesting. You must not remove or tamper with the helmet. And it's like, technically, I'd be tampering with the camera. And the camera is not, strictly speaking, the helmet. But, you know, it would be a technicality beyond comparison. But, yeah. It was an interesting idea, just being able to see backwards. And interesting to see how so many of them just kind of didn't really consider the idea of going backwards that much. A lot of them just went, well, now I'm blindfolded, cool. And they never really thought of this idea of, well, actually, I'm not blindfolded. But still.
Absolutely sterling work, Veldin. With weapons like these, now we're really get ready to rough up those rotten monsters. If you ever invent a new weapon, I'd highly recommend you make everyone for everyone and hand them right away. Veldin, to tell you the truth, there's another reason why I asked you to make us some new weapons. It seems someone secretly switched Warwick and Nessa's weapons for blunted practice swords. I hesitate to say it out loud, but I think there may really be an enemy spy in the castle. It gives me the shivers just thinking about it. I do so hate to distrust my sworn comrades, but I for one will be sleeping with one eye open from now on, and I suggest you do the same.
I love the fact that that skeleton just sort of sat there, absolutely waiting for me to do it. You're basing your stance on bronze swords largely comes from Horrible History CD I had as a kid, where they talked about how an Irish chieftain chopped his son's head off with a bronze sword. And they noted that because bronze isn't that strong of a material, it didn't come off in one hit, and it got rather messy. Ah. Well, I suppose, I don't know, it's intriguing, because if he had something better than bronze, that's probably better. But I get the impression, because obviously when bronze came around, there wasn't anything better. So in the Bronze Age, bronze was the be-all and end-all, and therefore it was very, very good. Now, you know, usual in games, it follows the age of man, doesn't it? You get your bronze sword first, and then you get your iron sword, and then you get your steel sword, and then you get fanciful materials swords. Amazing none of them tried to walk backwards. Maybe not Alan, no. Fair dues. Alan's quite simplistic when it comes to the tasks, and I do quite appreciate that. I kind of appreciate how simple he takes the tasks. It's just like he reads it and does it, and it's quite nice. I think it's time we reinforced another quarter of the castle, don't you? However, the next area I have in mind will require a great deal more repairs, which means many more castle wall blocks. We're running rather low on defences already. Oh, we're running... I didn't mean to do an impression of you, Alessa. It would be bally daft of us to tear down the walls we're using to build others elsewhere. My thoughts precisely, which is why Feld in here is going to mine some marble and make some more. If memory serves, there was a large seam of marble near the docks. Go there and bring back 30 pieces. Okay, I'll give it a go, but first I think I need to assess my armour situation, because... Oh no! Okay. Nope, looks like we get to keep the dragon mail, because full plate is just defense plus 42. Dragon mail reduces fire and ice damage and has a defense of 42. So all in all, it's much better. I'll tell you what might be beneficial. Hey, I'm going to have to kill this bloody skeleton, because this bloody skeleton's getting in my way. There we go. If we stand here, they should attract to... I'm not sure precise. I think they are sort of... I think they basically attract to whoever's closest to them. They just try and attack any old person. They have no real plan of action. They're just... They pop up, go, I want to attack you! And then they try attacking you. So really we want steel broadswords. So we want steel ingots. So ideally we need a load more iron ingots first. So let's grab a sort of 50 iron ingots. That's it. I knew it'd be great. I'm also a fan of Victoria trying to steal a term I know from tabletop gaming. Rules lawyer her way through tasks. Yes. She does have that sort of capacity to just sort of go, no, I'm right, you're wrong. And then frequently, because ultimately Greg just doesn't appreciate being told things. So I think he is very much a sort of person who goes, no, you're telling me these things. But I have enjoyed her and her nonsense. She has been very entertaining. Tally ho! And whoops. No, oh, hello. Watch out, Feldin. Looks like we've got some visitors. By Jove, the blighters have the castle completely surrounded. Malruff and I will handle these skeletons. You concentrate on getting that marble. Keep your eyes peeled for the bright white blocks with the dark grey cracks. Snow is no substitute. Okay, well, what we'll try and do is use mostly... that's not the manoeuvre I was after. Whoops, that's equally not the manoeuvre I was after. I don't want to put stuff down. What we need to do is use the big hammer strike. I think the big hammer strike actually did do a little bit of damage. Something fell down to my side, and I do not know what. But yeah, I want to use the big hammer strike, and I think it did do a tiny, tiny amount of damage to the skeletons. Not enough to make it worthwhile, but, you know, nonetheless, a tiny amount. A tiny amount of damage is sometimes enough for me. A tiny amount of damage is not enough for me. Didn't you just literally say it was enough for you? I did say that, yes. But then I changed my mind in the middle of the song. Didn't you at least wait until the end of the song to change your mind? No. I'm, you know, I like to think of myself as a scientist, so When the facts changed, I changed my mind. It's made me really want to check out the other series. Oh, you definitely should. You definitely should. I think they are available. I think they're available on a mixture of. I think some of them are still available on like Dave Online, which I think is free. Although having said that, E4's free as well. I think so. Yeah, I think you can check them all out online because I'm fairly certain E4 is a. Not E4. E4's the channel. I mean, all 4 online for you doodah. 4E Wom-Woms. I don't know. Whatever they call their online service. The 4-player. We'll call it the 4-player for now. Actually, maybe we shouldn't call it the 4-player. Now I can understand why they never decided to call it the 4-player. Because I genuinely... I didn't realise what I was saying until I said it. But there you go. Either way, I'm pretty certain they are available for free online. Plus, if you check out the Taskmaster YouTube channel, you can get a load of episodes in that as well. Well, that's buggered that wall up, isn't it? Oh well. That wall will have to remain buggered for now. I did specify earlier I wasn't going to necessarily try and be too fanciful, because it's unnecessary. But there you go.
Well done, I'm no expert, but I'd wager we can make plenty of castle wall with that much marble. Maybe even enough to build Moonbrook Castle back into a formidable fortress again. But we cannot rest on our laurels just yet. The news that the skeleton soldiers surround us on every side is troubling. Very troubling indeed. You
got won over by people you didn't originally like. Ooh, who did you not originally like? Because I quite like all of them. Yeah, I've always quite liked all of them. Alan Davis I've always liked. He's hilarious. Morgana is batshit insane. But with that batshit insanity, usually quite entertaining. Does a lot with Reeves and Mortimer, and had her own show at one point as well. And then Victoria Coren Mitchell, I know of. I've never really watched much that's particularly hers. She just turns up on a lot of the panel shows and is rather entertaining on them. And then Guz, again, I've not really watched anything specific to Guz, but he's usually entertaining enough on sort of any show he does pop up on. And then Desiree, again, never really seen much of her, but again, she's usually quite entertaining when she pops up on shows. I feel like I remember her popping up on Frankie Boyle's show at one point. But I think she's done a load of different things. Really come to like his approach to tasks. I see. What the unwavering confidence that everything he does is going to work out well, despite the evidence to the contrary half the time.
There stands behind them a much larger and more powerful army. Currently, our prime objective is to break free from this siege, but should we succeed in doing so, the battles to follow will be bitterer still. If you are truly resolved to defeat Hargon's army once and for all, I would urge you to appreciate just how monumental a task it will be. I've completed your task. Oh, you've got another one. Oh, well, that's disappointing. Time grows short, builder, much like the tiny miner. He could never grow any shorter, for he is already tiny. Take the marble you collected and use it to make castle wall blocks with which to refortify our battered bastion. I suggest you start by laying out one of your famous blueprints. It's worked well so far, and I see no need to change a winning strategy.
Alright. I'm gonna get you a blueprint. What sort of blueprint do we want?
Is it fucking enormous? Yes, it is.
It is basically the rest of the castle, I think. Which I suppose is fair enough, but I suppose arguably some of that tidying up I've been doing, not a bad shout. But yeah, this is pretty much the fundamentals of the outside castle. So none of the interior walls, but all of the exterior walls need improving upon. Right, so I suppose let's get started. We need, what's that, about 70, I suppose 80, 78, and 3 extra doors.
Goodness, that's fast, and ambitious too. This latest design of yours has nigh on half the castle rebuilt.
Ah, yes, and with these spiffing new weapons you equipped us with, we can give those skillins a jolly good thrashing if they try to stop you completing it. Marif and I will stay hot on your heels while you work, so you can concentrate on the building and leave the combat in our capable hands.
Best of luck, Veldin. Mould that marble into castle wall blocks and get this blueprint built. You may find that some sections of the walls have fared less well than others. These broken blocks aren't strong enough to be of any use to us. We'll have to destroy them and replace them. Well, I believe that covers everything. I look forward to seeing this new blueprint of yours come to life.
Indeed. It's very funny watching him swagger into a task and then either get lost straight away, like when the team task where they were in separate rooms, and oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. He was so thick in that task. It's difficult to know whether he was deliberately thick or just thick. But nonetheless, it was so bad, that one. Or sum up with something he's got complete confidence in, despite any problems it may have. Yeah, I mean, oh Jesus, that riddle one. My God, that was an embarrassment to humankind, I think. Oh, well, fuck it. I've got shitloads of marble, so fuck it. We'll have 300 castle blocks. They'll all come in handy eventually, I think, because there's a lot of castle to be built. We're still building iron blocks, so we'll let that play out for now. Pop them away, don't need them. Pop them away, don't need them. I mean, I don't really need anything specific, but... marble. Well, marble we don't need on hand. That we don't really need on hand. Snow we'll keep as a sort of basic block. There's not enough clodstone to care. So, yeah, that should be right. Right, let's see about rebuilding these castle walls. Now, are you, whoops. Yes, you are. Oops, no, you're not. But you are. Goddamn fucking monsters. This whole monsters permanently coming at you thing does get old quite fast. But arguably they have actually done exactly what they said they were going to do, which is the others are going to defend me nicely. Whoops, that's the wrong place. It's fine. Oh, I'm absolutely starving. Well, eat a jacket potato. Eat another jacket potato. Eat a third jacket potato. Yeah? I'm happy for you to eat all the jacket potatoes. Really, you should probably build the castle walls with you in the castle, I know, but... sometimes it's just not worth it. Smashing snow. I'm just seeing what's beneath and behind the snow. And generally tidying and clearing. Generally tidying, clearing everything. Also a big fan of Victoria trying to solve the cipher by herself. Because the thought never occurred to her that Alan might be able to help. I know. But the thing is, Alan never thought to tell her that he might be able to help for quite some time. You know, he was just sat staring at that jigsaw for quite some time, not once going, I wonder if this will help. But, I mean, the fact that she pretty much did solve that cipher is, you know, testimony to quite how intelligent she seems to be. Although, in other areas, obviously not quite as intelligent, it seems. But give her a sort of maths problem, and boom, she is away. And that was it was incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive, I thought, anyway. Maybe I'm being unfair. But still, I don't think he... Well, that's it. That's it. You're quite right. I don't think he did either. And the problem with deciding, I think I'll just leave her to it, was the fact that he was sat on crucial information that she then couldn't use. There is a zombie amongst the arseholes now, which is unexpected. There's an unexpected zombie in my arsehole. Well, that is a place you wouldn't expect a zombie to be. So I'd say you're quite right in suggesting it's unexpected. Guys, could you maybe just get the fuck out of the way for a moment or two? So I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be doing. She used to be... Yes, I know. You know, there's a certain expectation of her being quite good at the old mathematics, considering she is a former poker professional. It was quite amusing, actually. I don't think it was Taskmaster that did it. I think it was just this random sort of sports event thing, because it was a sort of anniversary of her doing a really good win. But it was interesting seeing a clip of her sort of doing the pokering. I don't think they call it pokering, do they? I'm just gonna back off and let them die to the spikes. You can die to my spikes tonight. It must have been Malroth. Don't leave the door open. Jesus Christ, man! Do you have no understanding of defensive tactics? No, I suppose actually he doesn't. He just goes out and whacks things. Which I suppose is fair enough. It's useful for him to go out and whack things. Oh, we've only got 10 iron ingots left, so that'll be nice. Doodly-doo. Come on. Well, he spat through the wall. I don't think it actually affected us. Oh, fall back, fall back. Right, that's my opportunity to go twat him. No, he's disappeared. That's fine. That has solved the problem, though, of him existing. Is this a... No. Okay. I think it's castle wall down below. So it just looks like it's supposed to be filled in when the reality is it's not. But for now, we can carry on building. I mean, it is the primary purpose of the game. If you're not carrying on building, you're not really doing it properly. Carry on building, because when you're building, you know that you're winning the game. So carry on building. Not in that place, not at all. But it was also intriguing, because I've only ever really known her as Victoria Corrin, and then straight into sort of Victoria Corrin Mitchell. So it was mildly intriguing hearing her known as Vicky Corrin, as part of her old... Whoops, careful. There we go. He shouldn't be leaving the door open regardless of what tactics you need. Was he born in a barn? That's true. He might have been, actually, in fairness. Can we? Yeah, we can make it over the top there. Marvellous. We're back in our castle wall. We just have to figure out where we're missing blocks. Oh, alright, I see. So, behind me and over there. Let's deal with over here first, because it's slightly more... Oh, I see. I need... No, that's weird. No, apparently that's not the one. Oops. That's not what I'd intended to do, but... Never mind, I suppose. Just demolishing parts of my own castle. I think it's actually, if we just trash this bit of castle here... I mean, I'd have preferred those guys not to get in here, but fine. You guys, I'm gonna hand you out a butt fine. Mostly because you don't have buttocks. That's the only reason I'm handing you a butt fine today. It's because you have not got buttocks in your life. Okay, so that's once again not the right position. That's fine. Now I'm using the wrong tool. Now I'm using the wrong tool again, because I thought I was using the right tool, and then it turned out I was using the wrong tool. Here we go. We've finally found the 2 mystery blocks that were proving a real fucking cox. If you've got a mystery block that is doing harm to your cock, I'd highly recommend seeking medical attention. Am I on top of the thing? Yes, I think it's just this line here, isn't it? Dink, 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 dink! I completed the castle walls. Do. Yo! Amazing! Oh, look at the poor little skeleton boys. They can't reach me uphill. I've got a high wall. I have the high wall. And you cannot touch me. You will never touch me again. You are barred from this place. They can't... Oh, I was going to say that. Apparently they can just let themselves through the door, but that was the king. I'm sorry, king. I thought you were a skeleton boy. What now? Where's my mission marker gone? Over here. Come on. Come over here. So at some point, I'm probably going to want to move this field of spikes. Because at the moment, I don't know whether it asks me to at some point. Oh, I see. They're all now... Oh, because we've now got... We're officially available to use the toilet. So they've been sitting in the king's room for quite some time now, and now they're actually officially getting to sit on the throne. Which unfortunately means they're like sort of... Yeah, you're slightly tripling up on the bog there. But they are really going to town on the toilet. well, since you're at the back of the queue, I might as well discuss with you the fact that I've just done the mission.
Incredible! You've done it again! Our fortifications are almost twice as expansive as before, and we've got a bloody toilet! Now the entire area within these walls is ours to do with as we please! And what we please to do is go to the shit! We can build ever finer facilities and draw even more soldiers to our cause. But I think His Majesty would appreciate it if we started by moving all those beds and workstations out of his throne room.
What is this? I can scarcely believe my eyes. Well then, you beautiful bit. You've made Moonbrook Castle rise from the ruins.
Indeed. All that remains is to rebuild the Great Eastern Gates. But this endeavour is not to be taken lightly. Listen, Veldin, do you hear that? The fiends approach.
Oh dear. I think that's an official fiends approach. That's not just a normal one. But everybody's now too scared to use the toilet. Which I suppose, fair dues. Just slightly inconvenient for you guys, I think. Let's check on my my iron ingots. My ingots, my beautiful iron ingots. Well, next step is to turn those iron ingots into steel ingots. That's what we need to do. So we're ignoring the beds for now, I think. I don't think we have to worry about the bed situation, which is fine. I think I do have to worry about my potato situation, though, because I do need more potatoes. Are these potatoes done? No. No, I don't think these potatoes are done. Do I have... I don't think I've got any soil, do I? I've got clodstone, and is that one piece of earth? Yeah, that appears to be one piece of earth, so what we'll try and do... Oh, there is another piece of earth there. Oh, I suppose we don't have any potato seeds, do we? So, actually, having said we might as well put another piece of earth in it. It's not hugely worthwhile, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because it's there for if we ever do get some extra potato seeds, but... Yes, this is a slight problem, because I don't think I can cook this mushroom. No, not those mushrooms. Any other things I can actually cook? No. Yes. We've run out of food in a most concerning way.
Hey, Felden. Seems those bony bozos are getting ready for another big assault. They're all about breaking down barriers and they've got their eyes on yours.
If you haven't already, now would be the perfect time to lay out some of those devilish spike traps outside the eastern wall of the castle.
I get the feeling this is going to be their biggest onslaught yet. What do you say, Velden? You ready to kick some serious coccyx?
Not yet, because I might as well do these spikes, I suppose. You said over the eastern gate? Yeah, so basically outside. I think this is going to be the quickest method. Destroy and redeploy. Which, you know it's right, because it rhymes. Let's destroy and redeploy. Oh, that's right. I'll tell you what, let's pop. Although that second one wasn't hugely necessary, but we'll continue this wall here. You get an annoying sort of thing where some of those are not... The one disadvantage with intelligent bloody walls is sometimes they don't do quite what you need them to do to line up with every other wall. So, you know, I'm not that fussed. We shall leave it alone. So I think maybe we'll do sort of a row of spikes here for now. I think I will probably end up moving these again at some point, but I think these are the main entry points, so I don't know if anything's going to just spawn within this area, so we'll do that. And then what we'll try and do is just 1, 2, 3, 4 outside there, and then 1, 2 outside there, and then I don't know, it might be worthwhile building some more. It's difficult to know for certain, because I can't remember every detail of the game, which I suppose could be considered a pity. But I also require 3 iron ingots for 10 spikes, and I don't have any iron ingots anymore because I'm getting steel. I'm getting myself some rock solid steel.
Hey, Veldin, seems those bony bozos are getting ready for a big assault. Spike traps? I got the feeling we want to kick some serious coccyx. Okay, let's do this. It's skull-smashing time. The skeleton soldiers won't be able to penetrate the outer walls, so we shall meet them in the field. 2 arms! Most of the skeletons have 2 legs. Let us remove them. All of them. We may even require... Oh, I think they did. They actually bypassed everything I had, and they jumped over the walls. Boing, boing, boing. I like bouncing. I like bouncing. I like bouncing, and I like to bounce. I like bouncing. I like bouncing. If you don't like bouncing, tough luck. I think that's... Yeah, I've combined 2 Not the 9 O'Clock News songs there. I've combined both I Like Trucking and Bouncing. I bounce, 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 up and down until I get a pain in my groin. There we go. If I hang out here, we should just have the skeletons kill themselves. I've spent the last few minutes trying to find the character's name, but is it intentional that you're giving the king a voice similar to the Fast Show character Rolly Birkin QC? Not really. I always thought it sounded a bit more like Boris Johnson. But there you go. That might just be me, I suppose. Whoa! It's a big bouncy friend. Well, you can get co-op disgraced. And you will be disgraced in front of your loyal soldiers. Go on, have a bit of a bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. Up and down until I get a pain in my groin. I like bouncing, boing, boing, boing. That's it. I like bouncing, boing, boing, boing. Up and down until I get a pain in my groin. I must admit, I'm not sure what Ellie... Is it Ellie? Or something else you're supposed to be saying there. I don't know if you've forgotten the rest of the letters, or is that of significance? I don't understand. You may have to help me out. Yeah, we won. Get on the spikes, baby. And don't come back, you filthy skeleton scum. Not that we could keep them out if they did. Those spiky-haired guys just jumped straight over the walls. Ah, yes, the headhunters, fearsome warriors who are bound into battle over every barrier placed before them. If the fiends continue to send headhunters against us, our inner sanctum is safe no more. We must find some way to keep them at bay. Yes, we must. We must find a way to keep those headhunters from leaping over our walls. But how? I mean, I could very easily see Boris Johnson in his old ages telling largely incomprehensible stories and finish thing with, and I freely admit that I was very drunk. It's true. That is absolutely true. Come now, Anessa. If wisdom is what you seek, then first speak to your king. He might suggest you fortify the walls of the castle with magical traps. That would fill the bill quite nicely, don't you think? And I'm sure it would be well within Veldin's capabilities. Magical traps? Forgive me, your majesty, but I do not believe Veldin has the necessary equipment to forge such subtle devices. Too true, Anessa, too true. But hidden deep beneath the castle lies a secret storeroom with a wizard's workbench. Yes, concealed within it. Break through the floorboards on the corner of the castle courtyard to find the staircase to the cellar. I may need to clear away the central snow first. Well, Veldin, you heard his majesty. Find the floorboards in the corner of the courtyard and bring back the wizard's workbench. Simple, you know. Just go and do it. Tell you what, I'll just get out my way, dear. Just go and get that piece first, and then check. I just wanted to check my doings. Check my doings and my thingies. Talking of doings, I'll tell you what, we'll give you a little bit more privacy. Not a lot, because you're not getting a roof, but... apart from that, you'll get a little bit of extra wall, just to cover your modesty slightly. There we go. See? It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. There we go, it's officially a tiny toilet. A tiny toilet. Everybody needs it sometimes. Everybody needs a tiny toilet. Oh, my tiniest of toilets.
In the tiniest of places. Also, I might not have spotted this is meant to be Boris Johnson, as not to blow my own trumpet or anything, but I happened to do a pretty good impression of him and didn't recognise yours. I see. Well, I suppose I do a pretty bad impression of him. So...
Hello there.
Fuck me!
Fuck you indeed. Which is a hell of an opening sentence, isn't it? Fuck you indeed. That's right. Come on in. Fuck you. Modesty toilets are finally here. Only slight modesty toilets. We're not going mad with the modesty toilets. We're just, you know, giving them some degree of privacy. Anyway, I have opened up this area, which is the magical mystery tour. Oh, shed loads of weird crystals, sapphires, and a gold bar. 25 gold bars. 25 gold bars. Oh my. That is incredible. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, so you're still terribly sick? That is unfortunate. And inconvenient, to say the least. Okay, so zap traps. We need classical columns, magic crystals, and sapphires. Well, fortuitously, we got sapphires. I don't know how I deal with any of the other bits. Now, have I not dealt with this? It feels like I've dealt with this. And yet I don't think it's registering as mission over. So... weird. Oh, you want me to obtain a wizard's workbench? Interesting. Surely I have technically set out the wizard's workbench. Okay, no, I think you want me to smash it down and bring it in.
Fuck me!
Fuck you indeed! You get the same greeting. The greeting of fuck you. So welcome. Welcome. I suppose I should say welcome. Welcome to Mr. Blue Boosh. And welcome, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. The Sicky Boys. The Sicky Boys. The Sicky Boys. What are they? They're Sicky Boys. What are they doing with their sicky ways? They're being together with their sicky ways. You've taken a COVID test and it's negative. That's good. It's very good. 30% goo, 30% headache, 30% extreme chills, and 10% where am I? That's a bad volume of percentages. And it does add up to 100%. That's at least mathematically accurate. So I'm happy there. Satisfied there, but still. I'm just reading chat and doing scat. I'm just reading the chat and doing the scat. So yes, we've established mostly that you're doing well, but I will still ask the official questions. How are you doings and what are you doings? We have established mostly ill and possibly not a lot, but do feel free to inform me as to what you are up to at the moment. Are you doing anything of interest? You found it, Veldin. Now that we have the wizard's workbench, we may be able to find a way to repel those hateful headhunters.
With that wizard's workbench, you will be able to make all manner of magical contraptions. And weapons too. Give our soldiers a few enchanted swords, and those ghoulish getabouts would know what hit them.
Your Majesty, if you've had such a powerful artifact at hand this whole time, why would you keep it hidden away?
Why else, my dear? It wouldn't do for something so powerful to fall into the hands of the enemy, and eyes and hands everywhere, if you take my meaning.
I do, Your Majesty. You are right to be cautious.
But now that Veldin's here, you can use it to craft a devilish device that will strike fear and lightning into the hearts of our foes, the far-famed Zap Trap. You'll shut your trap when you get hit by the Zap Trap. Its construction will require some magic crystals, if you know what I mean. I need some magic crystals as well. Fuck yes. But I'm sure a resourceful fellow like you will find them somewhere out here. So I gotta find magic crystals for the king. Yeah. And everybody's happy that they're taking a shit. Everybody's happy that they're taking a shit. Hello.
Ah, Veldin, it's me, Zara, the royal guard who came running when you rang the bell. The one you don't really remember, remember? I hear you want to build some zap traps, but need some magic crystals to do it.
I'm doing the kings. Just sound like someone opening the door on a furnace when I speak. That's interesting. Need some magic crystals to do it.
Well, lucky for you, I know exactly where those crystals might be found. I saw a stonking great lot of them on the cliffside to the north, on the other side of the mountain path.
Oh, over there.
Last I saw, the monsters weren't guarding the pass too tightly. You could break through their blockade without too much trouble.
Ah, let it be so. Maroff and I shall escort you, Veldin. We shall fight back any fiend that dares disturb you as you collect the crystals.
Roger that. I'll mind the fort while you three search for magic crystals. Best of luck, and biff a couple of baddies for me, won't you?
And away we go into the wild blue yonder. And technically, it's more sort of, white. Because of all the snow. I mean, strictly speaking, you wanted me to move the beds, but I think they're fine where they are, to be honest. Let's collect all of those iron ingots, and then we shall get a bunch more. No, I'm collecting steel ingots. I want to get a bunch more iron ingots on the boil. And then, yeah, we want some steel broadswords. I don't know really how many I want, but 6 seems acceptable. As random numbers go, 6 seems like an acceptable choice. Hey, Jerome, have a sword. Do you want a sword? No. Does the king want a sword? No. The king refuses to pull the sword from the stone. I'm caught on my own stuff. You, cunning cadet, have a big sword. Have a big boy's sword. You, fierce fighter, have a big boy's sword. You, Anessa, have a big girl's sword. You, Zara, have a... Hang on. Zara, have a big girl's sword. There we go. You, medium-sized miner. No, you can't have a big boy's sword. Because you're only a medium-sized boy, so I can only give him a medium-sized sword. Get rid of that snow block. There's snow blocks. I can't paint. No. Even by my standards, that was ridiculous. The light is too much. Now, the fact that you've said that suggests you're going to the dark side as anyway, so appropriate level of no. And you're about to paint Shakti. Are you? You're about to paint the Shakti. And what sort of tea is that? A Chinese tea? An Indian tea? I don't know if there is Indian tea, truth be told, but fuck it. I've said it now, so it's a thing. I'm sure there is Indian tea. I feel like I've heard the phrase Indian tea. Maybe it's a green tea. Well, actually, technically, she's a red tea, isn't she? Red with a bit of white on her tea. But I'm making a joke that she's a drink. I don't know if I've made that obvious enough yet, but I think we've just made it obvious enough. And yes, she was. That is the one. That's the one. That's not the only one, but the only one that can make you think like this. Huh? Aren't those guys part of Hargon's army? Though Captain Forgettable said they didn't have this place guarded. How am I doing? Tolerable. I know this is sort of rubbing salt in the wounds, but I did actually get some painting done today. I've ruined another brush, because I can't keep a brush to save my life. But it will come in handy for other purposes. Might be quite nice as a thinner dry brush. Seeing as I've bucketed it off. But there you go. I can't stop letting the paint go up the ferrule. And you never want paint up your ferrule. It's fucking unpleasant and very difficult to get out. But yeah, I am shocking at brushes. But yeah, I'm now leaning over and grabbing it. Obviously you can't see it, but I'm assessing it for my own purposes to see if it actually looks tolerable. Apparently it's already picked up dust, which is fucking amazing.
But there you go. Yeah, it does look tolerable. By the time I've given it its stippling. It's stippling like that. Stippling. It's stippling like that. It should look tolerable. That's what I can say. I should think so. You can't say I've done painting without posting pics. I'll probably post pics when it's finished, which will be tomorrow sometime. Because I want it sort of el finito. I also have to flatten the bastard thing, because for some reason it came bent, which I've got no problem with. I should perhaps embrace it. I should possibly just embrace it. I'm sorry, I suggested I should change it, but really I should just perhaps accept it. As a parent to the bent range ruler, I should accept it. I think I've learnt that lesson now. Now see, it's a little bit too late to use boiling water, because I feel like that's going to ruin the paint job. I should have done that before giving it a paint job, but I'd already sort of primed it before I realised it was somewhat bent. But I'm hoping just pressure, so I'm going to stick it under something heavy. Or you can send it to a camp and give it PTSD. Yeah, exactly. It's what I want to avoid. What I'm going to just do is try pressure by sticking something heavy on top of it. And I don't technically mean me, but then again, that would probably work. It would seem that their forces have advanced somewhat since Zara rejoined us. This paltry platoon is no match for us. No, it is not. Oh, that's a slightly bigger platoon. Ha! Looks like you spoke too soon. They've got us in a pincer attack. Ha! I'm going to enjoy this. Gah! We've fallen right into their trap. We have no choice but to fight our way out. For Moonbrook! Moonbrook.com. Really shouldn't have started slashing on the rock. That was not convenient. Also, I really need food. I definitely need to find some kind of extra food source. I don't know. Hey, we leveled up in the middle of combat. Just pressure it into being straight. Yeah, that never causes problems. Try using a Bible. I feel like we've gone too deep into the rabbit hole, the pair of us. We've gone too deep into the rabbit hole of suggestibility. But still. But you're right. It would cause many problems. But I'm hoping in this case, as it is merely a range ruler, it will be fine. But I'll have to see. I'll have to wait and see. It's not so bad, but you know, it would be nice to have it as a flat piece, because I don't know. I had the thought earlier on today when I was painting the ends of it. I suddenly thought, do you know what? I feel like at some point there's going to be a dickhead out there who goes, Nah, you can't use them. You can't use them. They've got a little bit more range on them because you've got painted ends. Yeah? And those two thin coats, or there's going to be several more coats in fairness, because there's stippling and dry brushing, but nonetheless, it's kind of like, you've painted them, which means you've got a little bit of extra length on your range ruler. And I just sort of, I don't know, I had that entire scenario running through my brain earlier, and I just thought, do you know what I'd do? I'd just go, fuck it, you have the win, mate. I couldn't give a shit. Could not argue. Could not be bothered to argue with a person who would be that fussy, but I don't know. It was one of the first thoughts that crossed my brain, that it was going to be, you know, just some fucking job's worth.
No! I can't.
Asked to use their ruler and then lick it. Yes, I suppose that would be. But no, well, interestingly enough, I did think of that scenario. Not the full scenario you've suggested, not the whole licking it thing. But it also ran through my brain that if someone did go,
You've painted it, it's longer.
no, it's merely erect. I don't have to paint it. No, that's not the point. If someone did sort of go,
You've painted it, it's longer, it's not legal.
and I said, you know,
I would be tempted to say, well, then I'll have to borrow yours. Oh no, it came bent. Unbelievable. Now you're just going to make me look bad. That's going to turn up on someone else's clip, and it's going to be out of context. And someone's going to go, I'm taking you down. I'm taking you away from society now. You're not allowed to say that anymore. I mean, you were never really allowed to say it in the first place, but, you know. More so nowadays that you're not allowed to say it. And that's not meant to be some kind of political correctness. You should never have said it. I'd like to clarify that. It's just, there's more pressure not to say that sort of thing. Which is good. Ha! Nice pincer attack, bone bags. But you need a bit more brawn to back up your brains. Oh, it's a little unnerving that they would attempt such a tactic in the first place. Almost as if they're toying with us. They would lead us into a false sense of security and then spring their trap. If the castle were to fall to such underhanded tactics, it would be most dispiriting indeed. Come, Veldin, let us find these magic crystals post-haste. Seek out the purple outcroppings on the cliffside and bop them with your hammer to knock them free. Bah. Hello, hello, hop. I want candy. Actually, I really could do with some candy. If there was some kind of candy lying around, that would be useful. Oh, I wonder if we can get... Oh, they're carrying skulls. I really hope these guys were carrying eggs, because I wondered if maybe I could get bird eggs from them, but no, it appears to be rope and glass, of all things. Well, let's try and kill this guy as well. And I think there's a puzzle over there, so we'll go deal with that puzzle. But it's going to be... Oh, fuck me, there's more birds. Lots more birds. I have angered the birds. I told them to get back in the kitchen. Have you got any more people you want to insult? You've gone for women and gays so far. Any further ones? Any further ones you want to make yourself out to be a bad guy to? Let me tell you about Let me tell you about Muslims. I'll finish the sentence just to make sure you understand the joke. I couldn't help myself. I'll do the French next. Oh dear. Not entirely sure what that is. I mean, it's a treasure chest, I can see that. I thought maybe it was another puzzle, but it felt like it was too close to the other one to be another puzzle. Really, you're only really after sort of certain puzzles. Right, there we go. I've technically got enough magical crystals, but, you know. Can you honestly say you've got enough magical crystals? So... Interesting. Very interesting. So... I don't know if I fully see a pattern here. Oh, unless... Oh no, I understand the pattern, sorry. I was being slow, but that's acceptable enough. It's acceptable to be a little bit slow. God damn it. Unfortunately, now I've run out of foodstuffs. After pretty much every motion, I don't think I can fight properly either. Because I think even after just a swing of the sword, yeah, after every single thing I do, he is going to end up going, ooh, 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 which is going to make everything really slow. There we go. I fulfilled the puzzle. I have mastered the puzzle. And I have therefore laid the poo. I've laid down in the puzzle. I've puzzled. My poo has laid with you. Also can't run anymore. Or sprint, rather. Technically I'm running at the moment, but I can't sprint anymore. So this whole lack of food situation we find ourselves in is bad news. We have, however, got some wheat seeds. So what we're going to want to do is try and find more earth, really. But it's going to be bloody difficult to fucking excavate the earth, I suspect. Whoops, that's not the tool I was looking for. God damn it. Yes, we know you're tired. Yes, I know, buddy, I know. There we go. I think that's standard earth. Yes, it is. So let's just grab a whole row of standard earth.
Because interestingly enough, yeah, as long as I don't stop hammering, I don't get tired. Which is an interesting, an interesting thing. So I don't know if I can necessarily use this to be quicker. No, I can't, because I can't jump anymore. So I just end up digging myself into a hole. But the moment you stop digging, he does the, oh, I'm tired. But if you just carry on digging, because when you're digging, I know that you're winning the day. If anybody wonders, because obviously I do that little jingle sort of theme a fair amount. The origin of that, for anybody unaware, is Carry On Screaming. The opening sequence for Carry On Screaming is Carry on screaming, ah! Carry on screaming, ah! Because when you're screaming, I know that you're dreaming of me. So carry on screaming, carry on screaming. Which is, yeah, that's the thing. And yay! You have now got cream soda. That's nice. That's very nice. Can't sleep soda! Apparently, something went wrong in the middle. I don't know precisely what, but something went wrong in the middle. I don't think I've got the Capagen on this area. No. You have to wait until the break, because then you can really unleash them onto the screen. Once we hit the break time, what we'll have is the interim slideshow thing, and that will have full Capagen style stuff. Capagen, for anybody wondering, that's the name of the thing that launches emotes. How do you get sideways sodas? You turn them on the side? Are you... I don't know. You just take the can and you just rotate it 90 degrees. That's how you get sideways soda. Surely.
You found the magic crystals?
Intriguing. On your view, they're vertical. But on your chat, they're sideways. How peculiar. Oh, I see. You changed it up. Ah. That would be why, perhaps, then. Fair enough.
You found the magic crystals? Well, that's absolutely smashing.
Those Harmonauts put up a frightfully good fight, but we managed to pull through in the end, thanks to you, Maroff.
I must say, Maroff, you have quite the capacity for destruction. When battle begins, you seem possessed by a monstrous energy. It leads me to wonder whose side you're truly on.
Look, lady, we won, didn't we? If I knew I was going to get a dressing down afterwards, maybe I'd have left you to fend for yourselves. You sons of bitches.
Come along, you two. This is time for celebration, not argument. Now that Veldin can craft the Zap Traps, Moonbrook is safe once more. Yay!
The whole collection. The full kit. And indeed, my caboodle. But the less said about my caboodle, the better.
Have you got any ideas for your... Oh no, you've already got all of them. You only had one new one available, didn't you? Because you'd already unlocked a bunch. So I suppose the new setup didn't do as much for you as it did for some of the others. You do love my jingles, that's fair enough. As I say though, technically that one's Carry On Screaming, which is a fantastic film. I do love the Carry On films. And I grew up with them, so I adore them no end. And Carry On Screaming is a particular favourite, and that theme song just is on loop in my brain almost permanently, which is why it crops up so often.
Zara had the right of it. Now that you have those crystals, you should think about building Zap Traps.
Fine ideas, my dear. To craft Zap Traps, you must imbue classical columns with the sorcerer's strength of magic crystals and the luminous energy of sapphires, using your wizard's workbench. I had a few sapphires squirreled away in the secret storeroom. I bet I did. As for classical columns, you may help yourself to those that once supported those hallowed halls.
There is no time to lose, Velden. Craft 6 sap traps and place them in positions I've specified.
I can do that. Welcome. Yes, don't bring up the R word. Nobody likes the R word round here.
Nobody respects the R word. Nobody enjoys roofs. You're not allowed to have roofs around here.
God damn it. Your roof is absent. The roof is on fire. Oh, Stroof, the roof is on fire. Why is the roof on fire? I don't know, because I don't like roof. That's why the roof's on fire, because I fucking can't stand a woman. If I meet Ruth again, I'm going to take her out. And I don't mean, like, in a sort of dating sense. I'm talking about eradicating her from life. Fuck's sake. But welcome, Mr. James Games. Who's ready for multiple hello there's? In 20 seconds, you're going to try and organise your hellos. I can place it. Oh, I can't place it there until he's done that correctly. That's fine. So I need you to... There you go. Good lad. Good lad. Let's see how in sync people are. I don't know how many people have got hellos left. Actually, I think most of you have hellos left. But there we go. I've planted my seeds. So with a bit of luck... Oh, interestingly enough, he has actually sort of... I wonder where those potatoes have gone. Aha! We have a load of spare potatoes. All of the potatoes are here. In 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. He's not done it. Or he has, and it's just taking a moment or two. I suppose the problem is you always have to put a bit of text in, which means it's going to slow you down, which means you might not be able to sync it. Here's one. Has anybody else managed to get in there as well? I'm just going to bake my potatoes while you're dealing with this.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there, singular Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm sorry, Mr. Bush. You have failed this stream chat. Twang! It's the Arrow theme song for anybody unsure. Potatoes, you know, boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Or stuck 'em in a stew. Either way. I got stuck in a stew. It was just too small. I just couldn't extract myself. It was a problem. I might as well eat that jacket potato immediately. I suppose this is... Interestingly enough, this is not boiling them. This is not mashing them. Nor is it sticking them in a stew. This is straight up just... straight up jazz. Oh, there you go. You said I had to demolish pillars. I actually don't. Oh, hello. Oh, I see. That's somewhere else. I've got a subscription to Kira Elvenblood. Hell yeah. Wasn't expecting that message to crop up. Plus the fact that I'm not there, for starters, and not streaming. I know you don't, you know, from experience, I know you don't actually have to be present for those things to come through, but it is quite fascinating that I've ended up with one, but there you go. If only there was a way to keep the snow out. That'd keep it warmer and easier to cook. Yeah, but I don't think there is. I don't know of any concept that would keep the snow out, apart from running around removing the snow manually. I think that's the only option. Let's eat another jacket potato. She has a hype train at the moment. Ah, that explains why there's quite so much generosity. Right, I don't... Probably don't need floorboard at the moment. Probably don't need those at the moment. Probably don't need those mushrooms, truth be told. I'll keep that broadsword for now, just to make me remember that it's there. Oh, we also want to collect... What's that? Earning guts. Earning guts. Earning guts. Earning guts. Earning guts. Earning guts. We'll eat that potato, because that gets me up to maximum. Oh, just under. Just shy of maximums.
It's the Maximum. Who is Maxie's mum? I'm not sure. She hides it well. She changed her name by default, and then she ran away because she does not like to be seen as Maxie's mum. Because she thinks Maxie's an absolute asshole, and she cannot stand him being here or being near to her. How big is this thing? I think it's a 2x2, isn't it? 2x2? That is a 2x2. Well, I mean, I know what that thing becomes, so I'm not going to worry too much about that area. But I feel like, yeah, just pop it down where it was. It's a good enough position, truth be told. So we get 6. That's what we want. I'm only going to build 6. A, because it apparently takes time. So let's go back and deal with potatoes. There, and I'll tell you what we might as well do as well. We'll try and get some more healing herbs. Not that I specifically need them, but yeah. Might get some more fucking doors in this place as well, because I really kind of fancy a door there. Just make getting through the castle a little bit easier. Because it's not as easy, because a lot of these walls are free high, it's not so easy just getting up on the walls, which is slightly annoying. But there you go, never mind. Alright, so here what we will do is we'll build a few more. We'll take out a load more of those iron ingots and pop them in to try and get the steel. Oh, that's new. Steel shield. I don't think we've got the steel shield. No. I don't remember unlocking the steel shield, but fuck it. I have a steel shield. Have steel shield. We'll build steel shield. And now we will, of course, we will equip the steel shield. Boosh! We have a lovely new steel shield. I'm viewing it from inside of my furnace. And also, my dragon is sort of trying to eat it. I like steel shields. And now I'm just sort of going, no, don't stop eating the shield, you stupid dragon boy. Don't let anyone steal the shield. Oh, boo hiss, boo. Boo hiss, Booington. Have you ever been hissed at Booington? Tally-ho! I mean, that's a quick way of getting down into the magical lab. Hey, 6 out of 6. 6 out of 6 ain't bad. 6 out of 6 is in fact quite good. Oh, that's why I built some stairs. Because I'm sick of colliding with dirt every time I come up here. That's better. That's what I want. Oh, I forgot the medicine thing, didn't I? Let's go deal with that. We can get another potato. Potato. Potato, 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 potato. Hey, hey, it's time for potatoes. Would you like to see my potato? Potato, potato. Are you promising to show my potato? Yes, I'm promising to show you my potato. Ooh, don't promise what you're not willing to do. I'm willing to give you my potato. Alright, let us get our pillars of Zappington in place. For look, these are special pillars. They aren't just some kind of lightning-based pillar. They are a sort of a zappy, shieldy doings. I don't know if they continue... Oh, they do continue pulsing. But I'm basically now in Jurassic Park. And we're going to keep everybody out with an electrified fence. Oh, amazing! Our defences are complete. Excellent work, builder.
Oh, those bounding bounders cannot attack quickly enough. When they try to vault our walls, the zap traps will give them a jolly good shock. Does seem to be frying you, though. Frying tonight.
Oh! I went too low. There we go. 2 dinos. 2 dinos. Hush, hush. Hammadai. Oh, doesn't seem to be frying me. No, it does not. Fortuitously, all of these traps only target the enemy.
And they're super intelligent, because obviously we're discussing the idea of a mole being inside the facility. It doesn't target a mole either. So they are super high intelligent fences. They only target the enemy that they know for a fact is an enemy. Those new traps of yours sound positively electric. A sterling idea, your majesty. Indeed, my boy. We need to not stop at 6. Placing any 2 traps along the same line will summon a sorcerous force field between them. Hargon's hordes may harry us at every turn, but now we have means to turn them back. Speaking of Hargon's hordes, do you hear that rumbling? I do hear the rumbling. Is it a bad rumbling? It's a bad rumbling, isn't it? Oh, yes it is, because they are coming. They are coming for my face. But I will not let them have my face. They can come down my back. That's the best offer I can give them. Say the boingy boingy men. We are the boingy boingy men. We are now being damaged. We are the boingy boingy men. Come on, have a go. If you think you're hard enough, you're not hard enough. See, the red was just to show you what it did. Now we're getting the real thing. They don't appear to learn. No, they don't. They absolutely do not learn whatsoever. Ooga wooga booga. Boingy boingy. Ooh, such a good time, boingy boingy. Shoes all in a line, boingy boingy, a boingy boingy. Ooh, I can reach up and touch the sky. That's Mighty Boosh for anybody keeping track at home. I don't necessarily think you should keep track at home, but just in case. Just noting down every reference. Carry on screaming. Tick. Mighty Boosh. Okay, tick. Do. Yay! A bit of meat. That will not go amiss. Good. I mean, arguably it is monster meat, so I should probably be careful eating it, but fuck it. Go on, boingy boingy. Ooh, I'm having a bad boing. We're all having a bad time with the boing boing. I think only one of them has deposited meat for me, which, fair enough, I suppose. Oh, I see, I'm going to have to deal with those skeletons, I think, aren't I? Because I don't have the spike traps in front of that area. But it's fine. We'll let the boingy boingy man get defeated by the anti-boing boing device. And if you say boing too many more times, it's going to entirely lose its meaning. But we'll let them deal with that, and then we'll go out and manually deal with the skeletons, I suppose. Now I've got a bit of food in my belly, I should be okay. Plus I did get some extra medicinal herbs. Medicinal herbs! It's my dick in a herb! It's the lewdest vegetable patch you've ever seen. It's my dick in a herb. Way, the boingy boingy man! The boingy boingy man is dead. The boingy boingy man is dead. And I've got some spare spikes, so what I'll do is I'll fortify this door against the idea of them battering it. We'll just, there we go. Oops, never mind. The monsters are defeated. Well done, my boy. What do you say about that, traps? It is a rare treat to see a fiend fly face first into a wall of crackling lightning. The true power of magical weaponry. Such strength has ruddied the veins of Moonbrook royal family for generations. Why, the Zap Trap is an invention of my own devising. You know magic, your majesty? Oh, I do, my dear. That made me attractive to you. I know magic. I do things magical. I have magic hands. The children of Hargon forbade my family use it for many a long year, but now that the Builder is among us, I can finally share my strength. Oh, to tell the truth, I had clean forgotten I could wield such powers, but had you not rung that bell, I fear the memories would remain locked forever. These magical weapons are all well and good, but at the end of the day, you need someone to go out there and get their hands dirty. Not everything can be sold by building, you know. Not if we want to bring down Hargon's pals once and for all. Be that as it may, these zap traps will keep us safe within our walls for now, and it is all thanks to Veldin. Yes, it's all thanks to me. I am excellent, for I am me. Superb. Right, we're going to check out what Warwick has to say.
before Warwick goes off and wanders for a poo. No, we don't need to deal with King's commandments. I've unfortunately talked to the King instead. I've talked to the King again. King. How about you King off? Warwick! There we go, I've caught him. The castle's defences are stronger than ever, with stout walls and magical barriers keeping the enemy at bay. Once the main gate is rebuilt, Moonbrook Castle will be all but impenetrable, but it is too laborious a task even for a brilliant builder like you, which is why you must ring the builder's bell again. Everyone is flooded with building spirit. We could all pitch in and have that gate finished in a jiffy. Malroth tells me that those you have encountered on other islands have assisted you in your building work, and we of Moonbrook shall not be outdone. Perhaps the bell's resounding peal will bring even more townsfolk to the castle, boosting not only our capacity for building, but for soldiering too. The way ahead is clear, Verlin. Gather up all your strength as a builder and ring the builder's bell. I will probably do so. I think... Oh no, I do need more hearts, so we'll do these side quests.
Oh, Gadzooks, man, what are you grinning about? How can you look so pleased with yourself when you're engaged in such a sinful business as building? Speaking of building, I have a favour to ask. Do you remember the valuable advice I gave you before? That's right. An army marches on its stomach, and if we're going to feed our soldiers properly, we're going to need a proper cookhouse. Just put a brick barbecue and a chest and a well in the same room, and voila! The castle kitchen is complete.
Do you have a suggestion as to where? Or do you not care? I now have access to the brick barbecue. And let's activate your quest for now.
Oh, sad tidings, Veldin. It seems that things have been going missing lately. One minute my precious pet potato was in my pocket, the next... Oh, this is that dashed spy's doing, I just know it. And that's not all. I thought the castle would be so much safer with those zap traps in place, but the monsters outside seem to have grown more vicious and violent than ever. Fiercer fighting means more worse wounds, so we'll need a place to treat our soldiers' injuries. I was hoping you could make a medication station. Simply place a chair, a first aid kit and a crate together. Do you think you could do all that for me? If you haven't any glass, you can make some from the nearby sand. I'm sure there's plenty here, but you might need to clear away some snow to find it.
Okay, so a medication station and a foodie bank. We shall see if I can accomplish these tasks. Not sure where to build them. I don't necessarily think it matters all that much, but... Tell you what, a medication station would make sense around here. Because, of course, there is sand there, but we did get some glass, so I might be able to build it anyway. But the medicinal herbs are in that room, so I feel like a medication station in that room makes sense. I'm pretty certain that's what I did last time as well, because I tend to run the same logic each time, but still. That's not 100% the point. So let's find out, can we build one of these bottles? No, we need... 2 medicinal leaves. Okay, that's unfortunate, but that's fine. And unfortunate, but fine. Unfortunate, but fine. I wasn't keen on what was happening when I received the unfortunate, but fine. Not sure how many wooden stools he wanted. I think it was only one. Oh, I think in fact that's the medication station was the stool. I need a stool in my medication station. So we need a bonfire. That's easy enough to accomplish, although not from here, because I don't know how to build bonfires at the moment, it seems. And earning guts, earning guts, earning guts. Let's get some more earning guts. So let's get 25 earning guts. We don't need that many earning guts. I'm going to save my potatoes for now. I'm going to save my potatoes tonight. But I'm going to smash off my fire. But I'll save my potatoes for tonight. And then I'll have a party, that's right. So, sorry, what was I missing? I don't know. I literally just saw it and I now can't remember what the fuck I was missing. It wasn't glass, was it? That was the problem. Medicinal leaves, that's why
See, my brain knew where it was going, but my subconscious, I suppose, knew where I was going, which was essentially over here to get medicinal herbs. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, there we go. And 2, I think, is exactly the amount I needed, which is quite beneficial. You do know there are beds in the King's Chamber, right? It's a minor point, guys. Oh, they're all full. Okay, fair enough. I do need more beds, it would seem. You must build additional beds. StarCraft, I believe that was referencing. As I say, just to make sure everybody's up to date with each reference as it comes. Let's play StarCraft again. I think I mentioned this when I had a go at that demo of Starship Troopers. I do have a slight hankering for a real-time strategy. We've got a hankering for a real-time strategy. We potatoes, potatoes, potatoes and wheat, potatoes and wheat. That's what I want. All I need is potatoes and wheat, and that way I can eat the sweets. Right, so stools. Take out the stools instead of the stairs. That will do nicely. Take out my medicine instead of the sapphires. That should be fine. Take out the crate instead of the gold ingots. I don't really need those. Take out the barbecue. And then take out the chest. The community chest. What will you draw? Go straight to hell. No, go straight to start. No, go straight to jail. Do not press start and do not collect $1,000. Not that you'd ever really collect $1,000 because that's too much. 1 stool and 1 medication station. You've never played StarCraft? Oh, golly, I think you are missing out. It is very good. It's a very enjoyable set of games. I say that. Technically, I've never played the original StarCraft. I think I've only ever played StarCraft 2. And I never quite got round to playing the extra elements of StarCraft. Same? Oh, dear. Again, you are missing out. You have a hankering to replay it. Yeah, I've sort of got I've got a desire for an RTS. I think got a bit of a hankering after an RTS, and I think StarCraft is one of the better. Although I mean, there's plenty of options out there. But yeah, I do enjoy StarCraft. I tell you what, I should play. I think I've got the Halo one. Is it the Halo one I've got, or the Gears of War one? I think it's the Halo one. I think it's the Halo RTS that I've got. I'd like a new RTS game to play. It's a shame that genre died because of MOBAs trying too hard to balance everything. Yeah, there's not too many. Although we did establish there's that Starship Troopers one that was coming out soon. I think that's what sort of really reignited the urge to play an RTS. Thank you, Veldin. It's the medication station of my dreams. It's a stall with a crate. I can't believe you went to all that trouble for someone you can barely remember. Oh, the Dune RTS. 90s, blimey. I was unaware of a Dune RTS. Shame on me. But I'm really glad you did. Now when our soldiers are wounded in the field, they can come here, see to their injuries, catch their breath and get back into the fight all the sooner. Of course, if a soldier should be knocked out while fighting the monsters, they won't be able to walk here by themselves. You have to carry them to a bed instead. But it isn't falling in the field that has me frightened right now, Veldin. The more I think that there might be a spy among our ranks, the more worried I become. I thought losing my precious potato was bad enough, but now I hear rumours that a guardsman has been speaking with the monsters in the dead of night. I shan't tell you who I suspect, but I would warn you to stay well away from Lord Jerome. Goodness knows what he might be hiding behind that moustache. I will uncover the treacherous traitor among us if it's the last thing I do. You be careful too, Veldin. Dune is the first time the term real-time strategy was used to describe a game, I believe. Really? I did not know that. How fascinating. And also, hey, you're the monkey. People say you monkey around, but you're too busy saying hello to put anybody down. Good evening, Mr. Malice Caliber. How are you? How are your doings and what are your doings? Are you up to anything interesting this week? Or are you simply doing bugger all, which is an acceptable way of doing things? I'm sort of cycling around trying to figure out where I want to put my kitchen. Because the barbecue, I think, is a 2x2, yeah. So ideally we want to sort of... I mean, I could sort of be a super tiny room. You're not a monkey! Are you a monkey? I'm not a monkey. I'm just a monk. I'm not a monkey. I'm just a monk. I'm a monkfish. Dreadful and genuinely feel broken inside. That's not good. That is a lot worse than last week. So, that is unfortunate. But there you go. Just setting up to make another GK. Nice. Do-do-do-do. And that was Grey Knight, wasn't it, GK? Grey Knight? Am I correct in that one? Do-do-do-do. Because he was surprisingly golden for a Grey Knight. I did like the gold elements on him. I do like a gold trim. Do-do-do-do. I do appreciate a gold trim. I enjoy that sort of thing. Yes, I do. I like... Need a little bit of gold to break it up. Indeed. As I say, it did look rather beauteous. I didn't actually use the word beauteous, but that's because I didn't think of the word beauteous when I first looked at him. But nonetheless, he does look rather delicious as a fella. But he was a rare example of me being super happy with my own paintwork, so I've got to ride that train. Ride the train to Enjoymentsville. I tell you what, let's put the kitchen in the corner. Let's trash a bit of this fence here. You only have to do 5 of them, technically 7, but for now 5. And what are they in aid of? General 40k, or are you sort of doing... Because I think Kill Team is like little 40k, isn't it? I might be mistaken. But I feel like Kill Team is meant to be sort of like a little 40k. It's like little skirmishy 40k. I don't know if you've tried Kill Team, or whether you'd sort of balk at the suggestion. How dare you suggest Kill Team? How very dare you? I would never play Kill Team. You swine, sir. I mean, technically this well is going to do, I think, right in the corner. Right in the corner for that well, I think. Maybe. Yeah, right in the corner. And then a little treasure chest, that'll do. I think that's all the components I need. I just need to seal it off as a door. Kill Team is the main reason. Nice. It looks better than actual 40k. I've heard good things from what I understand. I think possibly Mr. Blue Bush and Can't Sleep Must Paint. Are you Kill Teamers? Can't Sleep, you don't do a lot of Warhammer based bits, I don't think. But I feel like Blue Bush, you've mentioned Kill Team in the past, and you had a Kill Team team. And yes, it has to be a Kill Team team. But I've also seen it. Although I think more, I've seen more the Age of Sigmar variation of that, rather than the 40k variation, because Tabletop Time. It's Tabletop Time. They are doing a lot of those little skirmishes, quite clever little sort of ideas they've put together. Because what they're doing is like little. They've got like a massive. Well, I say massive. It's not that massive, but they've got like a hexagon. Interlocking hexagon map that they've painted up, and then what they're doing is like almost the idea, I think, is they're zooming in to have a little skirmish on each of those tiles, and then they're sort of doing a campaigny type thing using the idea of the sort of, as I say, it's the Age of Sigmar version of Kill Team, I believe. But yeah, and you've started painting some Kill Team. What is your Kill Team? Pray tell, Mr. Blue Bush, what is your Kill Team of choice? Are you a Orky boy? You've definitely done Orky boys in the past, because your Rumble Slam was Orky boys, wasn't it? Oh, in fact, no, I know. It is Orky boys, isn't it? Because you were doing Orc in a Backpack, which is a new TV programme coming soon to the 40k channel. In fairness, I think there is a 40k channel, isn't there? You can subscribe to a 40k channel. You have 1 Orc painted, there you go, and 1 Harlequin painted. Oh, I didn't know, I wouldn't have been able to tell you the Harlequin was part of it, but that Harlequin was ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean ridiculously good. The pattern, the fucking Harlequin diamond pattern thing was absolutely unreal. the smoothness. Kill Team also seems like a good excuse to paint some of my vast collection without committing to an army. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of things. I think that is quite good of them to do that sort of miniature version, because I've got a load of Space Marines lurking around. Because I picked up when I first was doing some mini stuff. I picked up that Warhammer magazine collection, the first one. Since then, they've done an Age of His Sigmar one, and now they're doing another 40k one, because I think they're doing Space Marines and Eldar as the main two factions this time round. I can't remember, but nonetheless, I've got a lot of Space Marines from the magazine collection, and I might try and, at some point, God knows when, but at some point, I might try and sort of build my little team that I've got in my brainium. It needs a lot of extras, though. Whether it's 3D printed extras or sculpted extras, probably 3D printed, in fairness, it's easier for me. I don't really know much about sculpting. I had a hard enough time sticking green stuff up Ultron, and he did not enjoy it. He did not like it off him. But yeah, I need to figure out how best to deal with green stuff. I did see baking parchment was used on Tabletop Time again. I watch a lot of Tabletop Time. But they were using baking parchment to sort of get it to not stick, which was what I was having issues with. I did try sort of watering it to... hopefully, I was hoping I could grow some extra green stuff, because I didn't want to pay out for some more. So I thought, I'll just give it a water, and maybe it will spring up and I'll have a green stuff plant. But that turned out to be a falsehood. But no, I did sort of try watering it to try and keep it damp and moist and sort of workable. But it still really wasn't. It managed to get stuffed into Ultron and got me what I wanted, but the idea of actually trying to sculpt with it and try to do fancy extras is slightly sort of daunting at this time. So you grabbed all the Kill Team rules completely legally, of course, obviously. I'll be buggered if I'm paying 50 quid per book to play it and giving GW money ever again. Ooh, unfortunate, but... not giving GW money is a good rule to have. Well, it is and it isn't, I suppose. But I suppose if I know your thoughts, they've ruined your favoured games, so it's not an unreasonable notion. But to a certain extent, you might need them still around, because you never know, they might redeem themselves one day. You never know. Wishful thinking, perhaps. I'm sure. Not giving GW money is a good rule to have. Fair enough. Is it a universal rule? It's the reason I have a folder of very defiantly, totally 100% legal PDF of 40k books. Oh my. Stop admitting to crimes. It's not the place to admit to crimes. You're technically on a public forum. Quite apart from my own prejudice, they are not a company that deserves to be given money. I see. At best, they're incompetent. I see. That is unfortunate. Oh, by my rumbling tummy, the castle kitchen is just as I imagined it. With a comprehensive kitchen like this, the townspeople of Moonbrook can prepare no end of interesting meals and store them in the chest for later. You know, Veldin, I sometimes wonder from whence the hordes of monsters who assail our walls arise. No matter how many of their number we put down, the fiendish forces send another wave against us. Their strength seems inexhaustible. Now we have walls to keep them at bay. We will batter them with sausages all day. Or ice cream. Or maybe ice cream wrapped in sausages. Or sausages wrapped in ice cream. That seems like the easier of the options. But do you know what? I've never backed down from a challenge. Therefore, I am going to stuff my sausages with ice cream. Or I'm going to stuff my ice cream with sausages. Whichever one sounds the hardest, that's the one I'm going to do. I'd love for them to go on a redemption arc, but I can't see it. Still, you can always have hope. True. One day, hope will pan out. And until then, we'll have misery instead. Wrap your sausage around an ice cream. Now I have walls. I feel anxious. Only the taste of my favourite foodstuff has the power to calm my nerves. I trust this cook stuff will cure my cravings, lest they lead to misadventure again. When was their redemption opportunity? Jerome's gone mad. Well, he suddenly realised he's got food available. He's got food. I think, yeah, I was going to say this is a multi-cook station, so I can cook, I don't know whether this is going to be steak and chips, but it is a steak and potato. Oh, we've already done one of them. Oh, so it's just, oh, that's disappointing. I really thought that was going to be a brand new recipe, but never mind. And the only thing I admitted to was having a folder of very definitely, totally, 100% legal. That's true. That's fair. You did technically say that. There was. Oh no, there was no commas, inverted commas even. Steak, chips, and snow. That's what we need. 8th edition looked promising at first. Genuinely fooled into coming back to some degree. Then they steadily went and fucked it. They came in and they fucking rogered it to death. Oh, take it. We are Games Workshop. You take it. Take it up the wrong un. And take it up the right un. We'll fucking you in every orifice. Whether they're wrong uns or right uns. We'll make our own orifices. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Well then, you know, ever since the king mentioned magical weaponry, I've been quite unable to think about anything else. I've been unable to think about anything else other than the king's magical weapon. It's just in my brain. If we can build magical defences to protect us from monsters, we may be able to draw at this war out indefinitely. Did you know this castle was once home to a wise old man with a wondrous workshop? He was knowledgeable in all things magical. Now that we have a wizard's workbench, perhaps we can unlock the secrets of these mystical powers and develop new weapons of our own. Which brings me to my request. Our castle needs a room in which we can research the possibilities of magical weaponry. A wizard's workshop, if you will. If you would be so kind as to place the wizard's workbench in a room and add a crystal ball and a comfy cushion and an incense burner, that would be perfect. Was that wise old man Santa? I don't think so. It's too early for Santa just yet. Too early. You said bloody don't remember her name, but she's talked a little bit like this. Was the evil Palpatine. You can't keep changing it. Rosie? Was it Rosie? Yeah, it was Rosie, wasn't it? Comfy cushion. A soft and fluffy seat to be comfortably cradle your bottom. Good. Incense burner. This small smoke maker burns dried flora to release a relaxing redolence. A scrying stone that might just give you a glimpse into the future. Every wizard needs a comfy cushion. Can't do spells with anything less. I want a comfy cushion for my bottom. A comfy cushion for my bottom, indeed. Every wizard who needs a comfy cushion for his buttocks. His delicious buttocks. Well, you've got a comfy cushion and a crystal ball, and I'm going to get myself an incense burner. I'm actually going to get 2 incense burners because I have a theory as to how I wish to set this up. We shall go. Get down into the area here. Another medicinal herb. Whee! That's the ticket. Now, what we have to do is we do have to build a sort of antechamber, because otherwise it won't classify itself as a room. So like that, this area here will be classified as an enormous room. However, hang on. Get out of it, Warwick, get out of it. However, if I hadn't built that little antechamber, it would never be classified as a room, which makes life awkward. But what we're going to do is get rid of that chest, then pop our little crystal ball in the corner, then pop our little fella there, and then theoretically, yeah, we'll put the incense burners at the back there. The room gets a little bit fancier. Think of when the room gets super fancy. And I think it is officially a wizard's workshop. Yes, it's an enormous wizard's workshop. It will become smaller. There is a thing that gets put there. But that's not a problem right now. So, they're wizards, so they shouldn't get them. They have no sense of right and wrong. You need to come up with a solution to snow constantly forming in your castle. Never. Never. I like the snow. It reminds me of home. It doesn't. I've never been at a home where there's particularly lots of snow. But never. I will never build a roof. I like to feel the snow beneath my feet.
Not bad, builder. Not bad at all. Now that we have that wizard's workshop, the townspeople will be able to aid you in constructing the castle's defences. Our plan proceeds apace. By the way, Velden, how long have you known Malroth? As General of Moonbrook Brigade of Guards, I've seen my fair share of fighters over the years, but never one as strong as him. However, success on the battlefield requires more than raw strength. A soldier without discipline is a danger to his fellow fighters. Malroth is a fine warrior, I warrant, but I fear his recklessness could get us all killed. I trust you will do all in your power to restrain his darker impulses.
Nope. I will encourage his darker impulses. His darker impulses is what gets me up in the morning. Oh, my stew thing, whatever this is. What are you? What are you? You're a stir-fry. I can't place a previously cooked item. Stir-fries are quite potent, so I will grab another one, despite the disappointment that I already know what they are. It's always slightly disappointing. Hey, Jerome, you want something else?
Oh, come, Velden. What better way to welcome our new kitchen into the world than with a bit of gourmet cooking? I'd like you to prepare a pot of soldier stew. It's a hearty broth that warms the bones and steels the heart. It's easy to prepare. Just put a potato and some meat and a drop of water together on our new brick barbecue and let it simmer. You'll find water at the potato patch. Scoop some up with that bottomless pot of yours and pour it into the barbecue. Then add the other ingredients. If you should find yourself short on meat, those horrid hurdling headhunters often carry a slice or two. I'm sure you can handle it from here. Let me know when the soldier's stew is ready so that I can do the most important part. Eating it! I'm a funny old man. You hear my funny joke?
Unfortunately, I did get my flipping cook pot doing another stir fry. I can't remember how the fuck to... There we go, that's how you do it. Do I already have water? Yes, I do, so I don't have to scoop up any. Which is hugely beneficial. Why are we all hanging out in the kitchen? I mean, I know why I'm hanging out in the kitchen. I'm waiting for my dinner to cook. But why is everybody else... I'm sorry, why are you now in the kitchen? I see, you're gathering water. Okay, fair enough. Now you're laughing. Nobody said anything funny. You've gone mad. I think Anessa has lost her mind. It's fine. Oh, maybe she was pleased at the fact that I managed to get my my stir fry. She was super happy. Hey, there we go. Soldier's stew is on the way. I'm gonna get myself a soldier's stew. Yes, I am indeed. I will get a stew for me. I think actually what they're doing in the kitchen is they can gather random bits and pieces. I'm not entirely sure if they are, because they didn't actually put anything in the pot, but... And yes, I suppose arguably the smell of food is enough to excite most people. That's why lots of shops have the smell of freshly baked bread. It makes you buy stuff. Would taste so much better with a hedgehog in it. I like trucking. I like trucking. I like trucking and I like to truck. We'd like to apologise for last week's depiction of a hedgehog. This was in fact a stuffed hedgehog. And we personally think it is crueler. You know, the man who stuffs hedgehogs is surely far crueler than us. It's not the 9 o'clock news if you were wondering. They did a bunch of hedgehog things where they squished a hedgehog under a truck for the song I Like Trucking.
Oh, gadzooks, I recognise that smell anywhere. The unmistakable aroma of a well-prepared soldier's stew. Well, what are you waiting for, friend? Won't you feed an old man before he fades away forever?
I will hand you over the soldier's stew.
What a feast! Just the thing to warm one up amid all this blasted snow. It isn't called a soldier's stew for naught, you know. Not only will it warm your cockles, but it will heal your wounds and fill you with vim and vigour too. It's the fighting man's friend.
As opposed to the mints that are the fisherman's friend.
By the way, Velden, do you remember what I mentioned before about the spy? You do believe me, don't you?
Not this stuff about spies again. Spy this, spy that, spy the other, but you people. Where'd you get off on making up stupid rumours about your friends?
Gadzooks, man, I do not share my misgivings for fun. I assure you, I do so because I fear for my comrades' safety. Veldin, I know not who among us is the traitor. It could be Warwick, Anessa, or even His Majesty. It could even be me. Mayhap a monster slew me in my sleep and took on my well-regarded form.
You trying to tell us you're the spy, or are you just confused? Want me to pull your whiskers to find out?
No. What we need is Ra's mirror. It's a legendary artifact set to show the true form of all it reflects. Would that I had the faintest idea where the bally thing. I almost to swear, but I'm too old. A bally thing might be.
Hedgehog-flavoured crisps. Hedgehog-flavoured crisps. That's just peculiar.
And there is no spy.
Exactly something a spy would say. Damn straight.
Right, anyway, so Ra's mirror is not something we deal with right this very second. But what I might do is I might hang out here and let the boingy boingy men take themselves out on my electric field, so that I can see if I get some extra meat, because I might be able to build myself a soldier's stew. Soldiers a stew, come... Oh, there's a bit of meat. There's a bit of meat. There's a bit of meat. And there's a bunch of coal. Actually, coal and iron, which is quite useful. What I might do is I might put that there. We'll put that there, and then I might go build some ladders. Okay, we'll go round for now. Let's go build some ladders. Random wall meat seems legit. We're playing Castlevania logic, so random wall meat is exactly what you need in your life. I wanted ladders. Ladders. 50 ladders. 50 ladders in this place. I need so very many ladders. I'll save those herbs just in case I need them. Outside of that, I think I just wanted that ladder and that'll do nicely. Whee! There we go. Ah, good, more meat. And that's what we wanted. A nice little ladder. Well, I haven't said that. I suppose I could just, rather than having it as a 2, since it's a ladder. Whoops, not one. Nope, wrong tool. Put it away. Get the hammer out. There you go. What we want to see you do. Now, what we want to do, pop that up there, and then put the ladder on top, and then doop. We're on the ramparts, and then we can sort of jump around. Jump around. Get out of the way, Warwick. I know you're supposed to be useful and protecting me, but for fuck's sake. Cajun squirrel, chocolate and chili, etc. Ew. Oh, do you know? Yeah. Now you've mentioned Cajun squirrel. Well, I'm not. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know now. Whoops! That's the wrong tool. No, Malroth. Fuck off, Malroth. There we go. We'll place the water in, place the meat in, place my potatoes in. Why is there a jumping man in my kitchen? The one thing the boingy boingy men are not supposed to be able to do is get over the boingy boingy wall. I've literally got an anti-boingy boingy wall. And what are they doing? They're getting in the room and boingy boinging while I'm trying to cook. Maybe putting the kitchen here was not such a good idea after all. If the boingy boingy men can just bypass the anti-boingy boingy wall. Why did I build a boingy boingy wall if they can just pop by and go, oh, nah, you're right. You're right, I didn't really get caught up on the boingy boingy wall, you see. They were from 1981. Well, I definitely did not have those then. But I do remember the bizarre flavours. Vaguely. I think. I do vaguely remember those. In 1982, Lewis was taken to court by the Office of Fair Trading for an alleged breach of the Trade Descriptions Act 1968. The crisps not actually containing any hedgehog. It does sound like a sketch. More so the way I read it, because I was trying to channel... I think I was channeling a little bit of Not the 9 O'Clock News there, the way I was reading that. Not anybody directly. It wasn't intended or an actual impression. It just, I don't know.
It started feeling like a sketch. But there you go. Maybe I'm blowing my own trumpet a little bit too much there, suggesting there was any actual entertainment value from that. But still, they did them of man. They did them of man. That would have been over 10 years ago now. The man is over 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the man was over. I was over the man 10 years ago. Right, let's... Oh, it is sort of putting it away time. Right, I mean, it doesn't have to be. I'm a big boy now. I can do what I want when I want. But what we'll do is we'll ring the bell. We'll ring my bell end, see what happens. It'll probably get excited, in fairness. That's what usually happens if you ring my bell end. Too much information there. Too much information, really. Ah, yeah, they did them. Oh, man, that would have been over 10 years ago now. Yeah, that's why I think I have a vague recollection. Or a recollection. Or a reckoning, perhaps. Perhaps a reckoning is required. Dong! Whoosh! The power of my dong is infinite. Well, it's enough to level up. It's not quite infinite. Ooh, the Royal Guards learn a spell. Kabuff. I'm fairly certain they already had Kabuff, but fair enough, I suppose. What does my dong power do? It does everything. The residents want to construct the doings. Ooh, look at that! The population of Veldin's base just got a little bit bigger. Got a little digger as well. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. I don't think there's any diggers there. It is all exclusively guardsmen. I remember liking the ploughman's lunch and the builder's breakfast ones. I remember liking the ploughman's lunch. The ploughman didn't like me taking his lunch, but you know what? Fuck the ploughman. Don't fuck the ploughman, baby. Fuck the ploughman. Don't fuck the ploughman over. Castle wall buttress. A block that forms the buttressing base of a formidable fortress. A castle wall battlement. A block that forms the culminating crown of a formidable fortress. A castle corner. The corner component of a castle lookout, from which one can gaze out over great distances. Wooden fortification. A timber trellis to slow the advance of an approaching foe. Portcullis. A giant iron grating that guards the entrance to a castle. Alcoved castle wall. A wall with a small window nestled inside its niche. A blazing bowl of fire that illuminates everything around it. The brazier. A bathtub. An extraordinary apparatus that turns your skin all wrinkly. I don't think that's necessarily its purpose, though, is it? A target dummy. A man-sized mannequin used by soldiers to practice swordplay. A crock pot. A steaming stew of savoury morsels, perfect for a cold winter's night. Ornamental armour. Armour designed for decoration, not defence. And what I really appreciate is they've actually spelled armour correctly. Look at that. Now that is the sign of a proper job in localisation, having spelt armour correctly. Ornamental spears. A spiky stand for storing all sorts of spears for display purposes only. Ornamental swords. These swords might be crummy in combat, but they're lovely to look at. A ballista. A colossal crossbow that fires with such force that it needs to be fixed to the floor. And a barricade. A steel-bound stockade designed to defend against marauding monsters. I enjoy most of the descriptions of this. That's why I tend to go through and read them all, because they are funny to me, I find. I feel as if my capacity for construction is to a whole new level. Indeed, it is as if we have become true builders. Show us a blueprint and we shall build like Billio.
Oh, as shall you, it seems. Portcullises, sets of ornamental spears, ballista. You've sketched schematics for all that and more.
Not only that, but the sound of bell has drawn even more of our former fellows in arms who kept the castles full. And it seems that some of our number have learned how to cast Kabuff, a spell that boosts defence. This is sure to prove invaluable in the field.
There's a new end to the wondrous powers of the wielder's bell. We have Veldin to thank for ringing it.
Woohoo!
I am the best. But his work is not done yet. Come, Veldin, you must welcome our new arrivals to the castle.
I will do so. Well, I tell you what, we might do that next week. Next week on Dragon Quest Builders, we shall potentially talk to these people. Actually, do you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it now. Are you of the male or female persuasion? I believe you're of the male persuasion. And you're slightly sort of blonde, so maybe we'll give you a slight accent just for shits and giggles. I mean, doesn't everybody have a slight accent for shits and giggles? Yeah, pretty much. But we heard the most mysterious sound and made our way to its source. Imagine our surprise to find the castle rebuilt and ready for war. Ready, willing, and able, every one of us. Only should have our new builder Veldin to thank for it. The builder? What self-respecting member of the children of Hogwarts would join forces with such a single creature? And yet, I do see the logic in it. Before this builder came, the fourth was as good as lost, and should the war come to an end, so too with the glory of destruction. As faithful sovereigns of His Majesty and the children, we swear to fight for Moonbrook until the bitter end. You have our swords, builder. 7 more stalwart soldiers. They have moved into Moonbrook. They have moved into Moonbrook Castle. Oh. Good. Get situated quickly. And Warwick we will deal with next time. Next time on Dragon Quest Builders 2, we talk to Warwick. Again. We've talked to him before, but, you know, we'll do it again as many times as is necessary. Essentially, that's the plan. Save successful, marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Quitting time is here again, it's here again, it's quitting time. That's somebody fucking an ancient Hanson song, I think, there almost. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently that click didn't work, so we'll have to double click on that again. It's fine. It's fine. It's wonderful. It's doing anything. It's fine. It's wonderful. It's all a doing do's. Oh, you're going to head off now to sleep. Hope the graveyard keeping goes well. Hopefully, yes. And hopefully your sleep goes well. I've got nothing else, I'm afraid. I was trying to think of something else to say, but no, it's basically just good night, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Good night. Good night and good sleep. Good night and good sleep. Good night and good sleep. That's another reference to Carry On films. There's a rather entertaining scene in Carry On Spying where it's very difficult to describe. I mean, it's not difficult to describe, but it's difficult to get the entertainment value from describing it. But essentially, he's sending all the spies out on the mission, and he goes, goodbye and good luck. And then the next one comes along, goodbye and good luck. And then the next one goes, goodbye and good luck. And then they start sort of lining up at the door, but they've not actually left. And so they end up having the leader, the main sort of, the M figure, essentially. He ends up sort of going down the line himself, going goodbye and good luck, goodbye and good luck, goodbye. And he ends up going out the door before the appropriate spies. I find it a very entertaining scene, but I think it's more one you have to watch and look at. I don't think you can necessarily appreciate it just by me describing it, but that's where most of the references I specify. It's very difficult to enjoy without seeing the thing. It's less enjoyable if you're just listening to it. Wow, that feels oddly appropriate since we're in the sort of castle area, and it does feel a little bit sort of like a castle-y royal sort of theme. But anyway, be back in about 5 minutes, where we'll be doing some Graveyard Keeper. And if you do have emotes, you might want to toss them, toss an emote to your break screen.